Hey guys, this is Alfred back with another video. Now with version 6.0 just around the corner, we are going to be getting new characters from the region Nordcry. So I'm very excited to bring this video and talk about whether these banners that are coming up are worth your PRIMOGEMS or not. Now with all these kind of videos, please pull for your favorite characters first. Like I said many times before, this is a gacha game, so please pull for your husbando and waifus first. Doesn't mean a character is meta, means you feel enticed to pull for them. However, if you are here for a meta perspective, I'm here to give you guys my thoughts of which of these characters are the very best for your account in the long run. Now with all that said, let's begin with this video. Now in version 6.0, we are going to be getting 2 new characters and 2 rerun characters. Let's first talk about the first banner, which features Lauma and Nahida. Let's first talk about Lauma. Lauma is the new Dendro sub DPS character which is coming with the release of Nordcry, and what she brings to the table is going to be Lunar Bloom. I did talk briefly about Lunar Bloom in the previous video, but in case you guys didn't know, basically any Bloom reactions will be converted to Lunar Bloom reactions, and these Lunar Bloom reactions do more damage, especially if you have Lauma in your team. She looks to be a very powerful sub DPS, especially with the amount of constant Dendro reaction she can apply, and the fact that she can also reduce their Hydro and Dendro resistance, which is fantastic if you are going to be planning to play a Hyper Bloom team, or you are planning to play Lauma with a Nilo team, because Nilo wants to be played in mainly Hydro and Dendro teams only. You can definitely look to play Lauma in that kind of team. Overall, any character that can reduce their resistance is very powerful, and in my opinion, if you are going to be planning to play more Bloom reactions in the future, Lauma is definitely a very powerful pick for you to have in your team. So definitely do look to pull for Lauma in that case. The only problem is that if you are planning to play a Dendro reaction team, there is another better character which comes out with Lauma, which is going to be Nahida. Nahida has stood the test of times, and in my opinion, Nahida is the best Dendro character to have in any account. In my opinion, if you are looking to pick up a Dendro character, 100% you need to pick up Nahida. Nahida is the core of all Dendro teams. Her Dendro application is really strong, and the amount of utility she brings to the table overall is much more universal than Lauma and can be played in basically every single Dendro team in the game. There are a few instances where you don't want Nahida, which is going to be Burgeon teams, but that is a very niche line to play. So in my opinion, if you are looking to play any type and any sort of Dendro team, 100% make sure you have Nahida first before you pull for a Lauma. Now for phase 2, we are going to have the second new character in Nordcry, which is going to be Flins. Flins is an Electro DPS from Nordcry, and his niche as well, similar to Lauma, is that he does a lot of lunar charge damage. Now previously we did have the release of Inefa, and in my opinion, Inefa is going to be a fantastic utility slash sub DPS alongside Flins, mainly because she already does Lunar Bloom damage, and putting her in team with a Lunar Bloom hyper carry is gonna be a no-brainer. So in order to make Flins good, you definitely need to be playing him in Electro Charge teams, aka lunar charge teams. And the good thing about having a Electro main DPS is that you are able to play one of the more powerful sub DPS archetypes in the game, which is going to be Hydro sub DPS. Now Hydro sub DPS are one of the best in the game. You can play something like Furina, you can also play something like Yelan and Xingqiu. Since Flins is a more attack style oriented DPS instead of a quick swap one, definitely having someone that can match the amount of Electro he can output is very fantastic. So having someone like Yelan or Xingqiu to keep up is really good. There are a lot of healing options as well. For example, you can play something like Kokumi. The amount of teams you can play with is a lot. So in that case, Flint's really a fantastic Electro DPS to pick up, especially if you have Inefa. The question now is, should you pull for Flint's if you don't have Inefa? In my opinion, Inefa is not really that needed. You can easily sub her out for something like Fischl or Beidou, depending on what you want for a Flint's team. But overall, Flint's really fantastic. If you are looking to play and lean towards the lunar charge theme archetypes, definitely look to pull for Flins. Now the last character I want to talk about is going to be Yelan, and what a fantastic way to end this video, because Yelan is a very good sub DPS, especially if you are planning to pull for Flins. Once again, Flins gonna be putting out a lot of electro application. Having someone that can match the amount of electro output he can do is just really fantastic for a Flins team. So having Yelan there is really efficient. I've said this before, but if you have a C6 Xingqiu, honestly, you don't really need a Yelan. But a lot of teams nowadays that are attack-based oriented teams, they like to play Xingqiu and Yelan together just because the amount of hydro application they can do and the amount of hydro damage they can do in the team is a lot. And in my opinion, it can even add up to 50% of the overall damage. So having both of them together is really good. But I can see that if you are struggling for Primogems and there is a huge constrained amount of Primogems you have, I can really understand why you might want to lean away from Yelan if you have C6 Xingqiu. But if you have Primogems to spare, you are not planning to pull for any of the other characters in the future, and you want to pull for a really decent hydro sub DPS, I think Yelan is a very safe pickup. She can be used in a lot of teams in the future to come as well. So in conclusion, what is the priority? I know a lot of people are going to be struggling. There are a lot of amazing characters out here. Now here is my priority in my opinion. First of all, pull for the Dendro Archon Nahida. Nahida, a super universal Dendro character to have. You can be playing her in a lot of teams, and in my opinion, if you think that you are not going to be playing Dendro in the future, trust me, you are going to be needing Dendro one way or another. And why not just pick up a character that can be used in many Dendro teams? That way you don't have to invest in many other Dendro characters. So there you have it, Nahida, the main pickup for this banner. After you pick up Nahida, you have to choose between Flins or Lauma depending on what kind of style you are leaning towards more. If you're leaning towards more Dendro reaction teams, aka Hyper Bloom or even Nilo team, I think Lauma will be better for your account. However, if you are looking for a more DPS character, if you are lacking DPS in your team, if you want to play a more electro attack style character, Flins is going to be the one for you. And finally, if you have Primogems to spare, if you want a good sub DPS for Flins and overall a really decent hydro applier for your account, definitely do look to pull for Yelan. She is still somewhat relevant in the meta right now. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This banner is really insane, so I understand if a lot of you guys have questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I will be looking toward it and hopefully I'll be answering some of your questions. But once again, if you like this kind of videos, please leave a like. It shows me I should do more. And finally, do subscribe. We are going to be doing more videos like this in the future. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.